All right, Miss Rashidah. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. What led you to emigrate from your home?
Alright, so it wasn't really up to me, it was more up to my parents because they wanted a better life for us than what they could get in the Philippines, which is like a third world country. So we moved to England, and then we ended up moving to America because they had like medical issues.
So you immigrated twice.
Yeah, pretty much.
And what is it about your destination that attracted you to that place? So why did you go to England first instead of the United States?
I think for my mom it was more accessible because, you know, Filipinos are like nurses. So England had a lot of like nursing programs.
It's a bit of a stereotype, but okay.
I mean, it's true.
The United States has nursing programs too. Is there any other factors? How about what you liked personally between England and the U.S.?
I mean, England was nice because it was just, I liked the weather. And it had a lot of like shopping
You don't
centers.
like this weather?
Alright, listen.
It's the same weather.
This weather's dusty. But America is cool because it's not as racist as England was. And we had like a lot of challenges back in England. Just because we were new and Filipino.
How old were you when you moved to England?
I was like 3.
And how long did you stay there?
Till I was about 8, 9.
5 years. And then when you were 9, you moved to the United States?
Yes.
And then you've been here since then. Have you ever been back to England?
No, but I plan to go back when I'm a little bit older. Because, you know, it's still the place I grew up.
Well, what difference did you note between your origin and your destination, between both the United States and England compared to the Philippines?
It was more industrial. It was more industrial. There was a lot more job opportunities. There wasn't really like, we weren't really forced to farm, and like we actually lived in a house with like plumbing, and it was cool. Like we didn't have to deal with.
So it was more advanced in terms of technology and
I guess like advanced. I mean, it was the Philippines, so.
This is really bad. This is on the spot. What is the biggest challenge in your process of migration? So how about first from the Philippines to England?
For me specifically, I was a baby. So when we got to England, we didn't really have that much money. So we had to like move around houses a lot because we couldn't really pay for rent. So I think that was probably one of the biggest struggles. We just couldn't get stable for a while.
And then how about when you moved from England to the United States?
Oh, that was like a lot easier because it was just like, it was pretty much just like moving. You know, like you would move from one house to another because it was pretty much the same anyway.
By then, I'm assuming you were stable, financially stable.
I pretty much. Yeah.
Did you move to Bergenfield?
No, we moved to Dumont first because
Why?
my cousins lived in Dumont.
That's terrible.
We lived with our cousins.
I'm so sorry for you. That must have been the greatest challenge.
And then we went to Cresco because there was like a cheap apartments there, and there was the landlord was really nice and was really understanding of my situation. She was a nice white woman. And then like we moved to Bergenfield because we had enough money.
Well, what would you want people to know about being an immigrant, and what might they not understand about that?
It's hard, especially when you're immigrating from like older, as an older person, just because like I know my brother had a really hard time with it because he was like an adolescent. And I was a baby, so I was like I grew up with it, so it was fine. But my brother was already used to being
In the Philippines. How old was your brother when you moved?
It was.
We'll just censor that out.
He was like, I think like 12, I'm gonna say 12, 13, when I was like 3. So he just had it a lot harder because he couldn't adjust. So I would just say, you know, be understanding, because just because someone comes from a different country doesn't mean they're any less human.
Do you find yourself sometimes at cultural odds with other people in Bergenfield? Or at least in the areas you've been, like Dumont?
Okay, yeah, okay. Bergenfield, not really, because Bergenfield's like Filipinos, Italians, Hispanics, everybody. But like, I do remember going to Fort Lee this one time, and it was a bunch of like, you know, like upper East Asians. Like them rich people.
Rich Asians. Crazy rich Asians?
Yeah, pretty much. That's Fort Lee in like Powell Park, and I was just there. And
It's not weird.
because it was more of a Korean culture. Even though it was cool, but like it wasn't really discriminatory or anything. It was just, you know,
It was
odd.
just different.
Yeah, different.
So, no, that's all the questions. I guess I can just keep going with my own agenda now. So because I've also been to the Philippines. You know, what was your family in the Philippines? My family personally were rice farmers. Our rice farmers actually currently.
Well, my family, mostly on my dad's side, because my mom's side lived in the Philippines, but like she lived at my dad's place and everything. He was a guava farmer. We're also rice farmers. We just said we had like a small plot of land because my dad inherited it from his father. So yeah, we're farmers.
And how do you think the migration was on your parents' behalf? Because I know in my family, personally, my father came here alone and lived here for several years because he couldn't financially support my mother and my sister.
Yeah, I get that. My mom, when she was the first one to go to England, and she brought us all over. So it was really, I know she always talks about how it's really hard for her because when she was there, she had just had me. I was like a year old, so it was like before she went, she had to like wean herself. She had to distance herself from me, so I wouldn't. You know, it wouldn't be so hard for her because she would want to go back. She was telling us like, oh, she's so homesick and everything, but it's like she had to stay there because otherwise it's like go back to the Philippines, and then like what you did was like for nothing. So yeah, they're just really, really hard. You have to be really hardworking to be really determined about it.
Have you ever been back to the Philippines?
Yes, I have been back twice. Once for and the other one because my mom and my dad always wanted to get married in a big church in the Philippines, so we ended up getting it. And it was one of the things my dad promised my mom back when when they were like newlyweds because they were poor, so they had like a court marriage, and like then they got back and they had like the actual wedding that they wanted, so we celebrated it there.
So let's answer maybe the toughest question in this interview. Would you rather be living right now in England or the United States?
I think I'm good with the United States.
Maybe it's just because of time?
Yeah,
Just because of time.
I mean, England was really nice, but like it was where I grew up, and I want to go back there, like to visit and everything. But America is like, you know, I spent my adolescence here, and I think I'm gonna stay here for the rest of my life. So.
When I met you a couple years ago, I heard that you had a British accent at one point.
Oh my God!
Didn't you?
I did. I was so young though. I lost it when I was in Cresco.
That's another part we're talking about in Human Geo about where accents come from and how it's completely geographic.
Yeah.
Sorry, wrong term. But how long did it take for you to phase out your accent?
Phase out the accent?
Was it like Ross and Friends where he just progressively, while he was teaching? You know that episode?
The initial errors in their carbon dating analysis. Were there any questions at this point? Yes.
What's happening to your accent?
No, I don't.
Oh, well.
But I guess it was kind of progressive, just because I think I spent like a year in Cresskill, because from all before that I had an accent. I spent a year or so in Cresskill in school when I started going to school, so I think that's why that was a part of it. It's speaking with other people, and then like I just lost.
So do you think the people around you helped you phase out your accent?
So, yeah, because nobody else is speaking.
I just find it very interesting because I don't hear any British tinge of accent
I have like home videos, like if you saw them, like you'd hear me like.
I would like to see those one day.
Yeah, they're on Facebook.
But again, that just proves a point that accents are entirely geographic. She came from England, and then maybe not entirely geographic, but also social because she talked to people within Cresskill that are, I'm guessing, very not British.
Yeah.
Exactly, and then it phased out eventually, and then now she has this, whatever it is, some
This
American English hybrid.
Don't forget Filipino.
Is there anything else you want to? Oh, how about we go into language? Do you speak Tagalog?
No, I don't speak Tagalog, but I do know how to. I can understand it. I just can't really speak it
Ah,
fast.
me too.
Yeah.
Whenever you went back to how old were you when you went back to the Philippines?
The first time was I was like 6, 7.
6, 7.
Yeah.
Did you find it hard to connect with your relatives there because you couldn't speak the language?
I guess a little bit. Like I said, I was like 6, 7, so I guess it didn't really matter to me at that point because I probably just forgot everybody. Back when I went back in 2015, though, I couldn't speak the language. I could understand everybody, but I couldn't speak the language. So my aunts and uncles were, you know, they were just trying to speak to me in English. It wasn't really that much of a difference, but like you could tell that they were kind of forcing themselves a little bit.
Because English is a second language in the Philippines. It's a major second language. Well, they may not speak it, you know, fluently, but it's enough to
Yeah, it was enough
get
to talk to me.
the point across to an English speaker. And I think, is there anything else you want to say before we head back inside from this fire drill?
Jameson deserves an A.
Coming from a immigrant, that's a very powerful statement for this project. So thank you very much for this fire drill interview,
No problem.
impromptu interview.
No problem, bro.
All right, and just give me an A.